Does God want you to be rich? That's the question. So basically, I bought into a high ticket coaching program. Okay, it's almost a year now. It was pretty good, and critically, there was a sort of low ticket offer, and then there was a high ticket, more premium service. Basically, you can call it. It's a bit like Hormozy's School Light, his version of a inner circle, one could say. And I had to pay, a few $1,000s for it. It's pretty premium, one could say. But, what I learned when I was there, okay, critically when it comes to the entrepreneur, the person who, built the program, is that how he is able to combine the commitment or the pursuit of money, okay, to become financially secure, or in this case, to become financially successful. He's already a millionaire, basically. He's very rich. Now, how he pushes himself to make more money, to build new businesses, to pursue new ventures, to look at new frontiers, and how he's always pushing himself forward. And critically, what I noticed was that this guy, okay, he's a young chap, is that he's also a man of faith. Okay, and he it's funny because he's able to speak in such bold terms. Okay, how he one of his expos basically, he says how relationship with God for him is a propelling force. Okay, he in a sense almost discerns what he needs to do next. Okay, when it comes to his business, when it comes to his money-making ventures. And that I think is very interesting. Growing up, I don't know about you, but that was never taught to us. The idea that you can have a relationship with God and that relationship would become a propelling force, okay, helping you grow to become better, critically in a professional sense, to make more money, essentially, okay, to build businesses, to be more recognized and respected. The idea of tethering faith in God to those outcomes was never articulated, at least not for me. Okay, maybe, I don't know, it's a new thing, maybe it's a Generation Z thing, I don't know. But it is something that's very interesting. And I think critically, and this I think is the most important point that I would like to make here, is that there's something deeply, but ultimately paradoxically spiritual about it. Okay. So to put this in perspective, I think in the Christian world, we tend to look at spirituality in religious terms, going to church, praying, reading the Bible, being a part of a religious community, etc., which is perfectly fine. But I think there's something more here. Okay. The idea that having a relationship with God and that in turn helps you succeed in the business world, to build businesses, to pursue new frontiers, to identify new opportunities, right? And to succeed at that level. And that in turn is viewed as a blessing. That I think is very interesting, okay? That I think is quite new. And that, I guess, in a sense, exemplifies a new kind of relationship people can or could have with God, okay? It's not just about being good. It's not just about being chaste and virginal and being moral and, I'm, waiting for heaven. I'm saving myself up for marriage. This kind of puritanism that has historically characterized the Christian faith, now I feel, finds a new articulation. Okay, this young guy, this entrepreneur, okay, he's building businesses and he's helping other people make money, right? But he sees that in spiritual terms. He's being driven in a sense. And maybe we should also be driven in the same light. Maybe we should also look at our relationship with God as something that uplifts us, that pushes us forward in the material sense, to do well in our business, in our work, in our personal lives, and in our broader social goals and objectives. Okay, it's not just about going to heaven. It's not just about being pure. It's about elevating our lives in a material sense. And that is something for us to consider.